Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. I have actually already finished filming all of the content for this vlog, but I didn't have an introduction to the vlog. I had originally started this as like I was gonna do a 24-hour readathon, and then like I just don't think a 24-hour readathon, no matter which way I try and do it these days, is like gonna work for me, at least right now. So it ended up just turning into a very chaotic reading vlog that like took a few turns in terms of like what I was planning to read versus what actually got read. But that is what this video is going to be. We're going to be doing a monthly reading vlog, like the first half of September, the books that I was reading and my thoughts, as well as some other like lifestyle things sprinkled in here and there. So yeah, I've already read all the books, but I don't really want to spoil what books I read. So that's really all I have for this introduction. If you guys want to see what I was reading the first half of September, stay tuned and keep on watching. Okay, popping in for a quick check-in. We're literally in my bathroom right now. The lighting is terrible, but I'm about an hour in, and I have been listening to Red Rising on the audiobook, Audible. I have been interested in listening to books that are outside of my comfort zone on Audible, and actually having like a really good time listening to books outside of my comfort zone to get me into those books. And I was like not an audiobook girly before, like I thought that was like cheating. And I'll get into why I don't feel that way anymore when I'm not crouched over in the bathroom. But why I'm in my bathroom is I am about to dye my hair. It's time. It's time to dye my hair, and I do dye my hair myself. I'm grabbing the hair dye right now to show you guys. Lately I have been using the Madison Reed dye kits, and I am doing a 3.5 NNN True Darkest Brown. And because I have such long thick hair, I typically get a minimum of 2 boxes, sometimes 3, but I'm going to continue listening to Red Rising while I dye my hair. So that is what we're going to be doing, and I think I might do some whitening trays as well, and maybe a face mask just to like treat myself. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay guys, it doesn't feel like I can get the lighting right. I'm literally sitting on my patio because it's over 90 degrees, and it is officially September, but it's over 90 degrees. So I'm sitting on my patio. I have finished dyeing the hair, so there should be no more showing grays. What do we think of it? What do we think? Again, I don't know if the lighting's the best, but it's just a very dark brown, and I'm super happy with it. But I have been listening to Red Rising, and I'm like a little confused. Like I thought I knew what was going on, and then all of a sudden it was like we got to part 2, and like I don't know what's going on. And I know a lot of people have said that like you can compare Red Rising to the Hunger Games. I don't feel like I've gotten to the part where I feel like I can compare it to the Hunger Games thus far. I believe I'm on chapter 12, and I am going to continue to listen to it while I decorate for the fall. I'm going to bring you guys inside really quick in a minute here to show you all of the fall decor I recently got. Plus I've pulled out my old fall decor, and I'm so excited to decorate for the fall season. But I also picked up, I started reading this morning. I'm literally only on chapter 3, I think, chapter 3, page 13, but The Brothers Hawthorne, which I'm so excited to read. And already, even in the first 13 pages, it's just like bringing me back to this world and how much I enjoyed reading it, and I cannot wait to continue to read this book. But let me go inside because I have a few packages I want to open too. None of them are book related, but I also have a beauty channel, and I think I've got 2 palettes to open, I think, and then I ordered a pair of sunglasses too. So let's go inside. Okay, I like don't have anything taller to set my little mini tripod on. I'm like, what do I want to do? Okay, I have it a little bit taller now. We're just gonna have to roll with it. Okay, you guys, should I show you guys my fall stuff first? And I'll do a quick candle haul. I purchased some Bath & Body Works candles probably like 3 weeks ago, but I'll share them with you because I'm finally busting them out, because again, it is finally September and I feel like I can finally burn them. Okay, so the one that I currently have going, which I accidentally blew out on the walk over here and I'm gonna have to relight, is actually from Ulta Beauty, and this is the Pistachio Biscotti scent. And I actually love this. It's definitely a little bit sweeter. Like I definitely get the pistachio and kind of like that sweet biscotti scent. But it does give almost like a fall drink, like you're like at like a Starbucks or a Caribou. It's giving that vibe, and I've really enjoyed this. I've already burnt like half of this candle, and the scent throw on it is really good. Don't you hate it when you like try a new candle and like this, there's like no scent throw, and you're like, well, I just wasted my money on this. This is really good. I've really enjoyed this, and I'm actually interested in seeing what other scents that Ulta has in their line. But let me grab my like 8 stack from Bath & Body. Okay, so up first I have flannel, which is like an all-time, like this is like a go-to every year. I forgot to pick up sweater weather. I mean, I will place a second order with Bath & Body Works before the fall is over, but I didn't get sweater weather, which is such a good one. But flannel has notes of bergamot, mahogany, and musk. Oh my gosh, and it just smells like a fall dream in my opinion. I also got, where is the, okay, I also got leaves, because how could you not? I will never forget, I think it was fall 2015. I kid you not, you guys, like this is not an exaggeration. I literally ordered 65 candles off of Bath & Body Works, because at that point in my life, I was like, I really only like fall scented candles. I'm just gonna order them for the entire year. And I got so sick of the fall scented candles by the end of that year. But I do still always like to have like 1 leaves lying around to burn, because it is just such a classic staple fall scent. It has like a little bit of cinnamon. It smells like pumpkin and cider, like almost like a cinnamon cider. Cinnamon cider. It is red apple, clover spice, and golden nectar. It's so good. Such a staple classic. So I did get that one. Then I actually picked up 2 of the pumpkin spice patchouli. I can't remember if this is new this year or if I got this one last year, but I love a patchouli and I love a pumpkin. Oh my goodness. I can like taste this. Maybe this came out last year, because as I'm smelling this, it's literally like the scent is bringing me back to reading the Inheritance Game book 3, which is just so ironic because I'm reading the 4th book now, but oh, such a good one. Such a good one. So I got 2 of those. Oh, I didn't talk about this. I think this one is new this year. This is Fall Forest. And if you like an earthy smell, which I love, like a musky, earthy, woodsy sort of scent. Speaking of, I busted this out today for the first time in so long. Replica by the Fireplace. Oh my gosh. It's just so freaking good. If you love cinnamon woods, I've like described the scent of this before. It's like taking me to like campfire vibes. Like we are sitting around the campfire roasting marshmallows, possibly popping popcorn over the campfire and doing shots of like Fireball, because you have to have that cinnamon aspect to it. And we're like singing, oh my gosh, what? Take me home to the place. You know what I'm saying? Like that is what this scent encompasses. Anyway, back to Fall Forest. This smells so good. It just smells like a clean forest. If you like eucalyptus, this doesn't have eucalyptus, I don't think, in it, but it kind of is like giving those vibes. It has forest pine needles, woodland moss, chili fall ale, chili fall, like, ooh, I might have to burn this one soon, because that is good. And then I also got pumpkin bonfire. Speaking of like bonfires, oh my gosh, smells so good. The only thing I will say, Marshmallow Fireside used to be an all-time favorite candle from Bath & Body Works for me, but that is like the one, like the scent during pregnancy that made me the most nauseous. And even like 8 years later, like I literally can't do like marshmallow scented things. I love me a s'more, love me a marshmallow, but like marshmallow scented things, it's always a little dicey. And I smell just like the smallest hint of like that marshmallow scent that I'm like, it's taking me back to like that nausea. But this one has white pumpkin, a bundle of clove buds, glowing embers. There's a little bit of a marshmallow scent to this, you guys. My nose could pick it out of anywhere. I also got Cozy Cashmere, which I believe I've had in the past. I've already burnt my way through about half of this because it was like my end of August, beginning of September fall candle. I don't know that I'll get this one again because it's a little bit sweet for my taste right now, but it's not like I'm not gonna burn it. And then the last candle that I picked up for round one of my fall candle haul is the apple and charcoal, which might be new as well. Ooh, and it is just giving apple cider, like apple orchard vibes, but like you're sitting at a campfire at the apple orchard having like an apple brat. There is an apple orchard near where I live that has apple brats and they're so freaking good. Oh my gosh, smells so good. So those are the candles that I picked up. Then from the Target dollar section, can we just appreciate these cute little, I got this like skull flower arrangement, this little coffin, also this little like slithering snake situation. And then I also got this adorable Frankenstein gnome. So I'm gonna be decorating with these today. I have some old decorations as well. I cannot find my black spider candy jar, which I love to have. I can't find that, but we're gonna be organizing today. Maybe I will find it, but I do have this Hocus Pocus candle that I burnt last year that I kept the little jar for because, I mean, I could put stuff in here. I probably won't, but I will use this to decorate. So we're gonna be decorating for fall a little bit while I continue to listen to Red Rising. But let me just quickly unbox these for you guys. I never do like a makeup unboxing. And I get this as my book channel, but I know some of you are from my beauty channel. Okay, I'm not even gonna look at where each box is from as I unbox it. I have an idea. So I've recently ordered the new Nomad Cosmetics palette. I did order something from Menagerie, but I don't feel like it would be here that quickly. And then I did order a pair of sunglasses. Do you ever forget like what you've all ordered? So I'm not even gonna look, so it can be like a bit of a surprise, but I'm assuming it's like maybe those things. Let's see. What's the first? Yeah, okay. Oh. Wasn't expecting this to be the sunglass box, but it is. Okay, so I have been wanting these forever. And then I was like, no, I don't need these. And then I got a text saying they were back in stock and there was low quantity. And I was like, I do believe that because every time I do want these, I feel like they go in and out of stock so quickly. So it's like a rush decision, and I just purchased them. And right after purchasing, I was like, ooh, I probably didn't need those, but I think I'll love them. I hope they work on my face. Sometimes I feel like my face is just too big. Anyway, these are the Diff Beverlyn sunglasses. I believe these are the Hendrix. I think they're the Hendrix style, in collaboration with Laura, or is it Laura or Lauren Beverlyn? Why am I blanking? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for these. I'm gonna laugh when I think these are too big for my face. Okay, they're looking big. Yep, these are looking pretty big. Let me go look in the mirror, not the viewfinder. Okay, I do feel like they're a little large for my face. And if you agree, maybe just think it, but you don't have to like comment to let me know that you also think they're too big. Why are these giving me like Hangover 1 vibes when he like has the baby in his pouch? Like, why are they giving me those vibes? Anyway, they're really cute sunglasses. I just don't know if they work for my face. So, but I did order these. We'll see. We'll see if we can make those work. Honestly, who cares? It's just blocking the sun out from your eyes, right? Okay. Okay, I was trying not to look at who this is from because I'm like, this feels too heavy to be a palette. What did I order that I'm forgetting? Okay. Live Better supplement. What? Live Better, comprehensive nutritional drink for better health, body, and mind. I definitely didn't order this. So is this like PR? It is interesting. That's interesting. That's so interesting because just the other day I received an email about like something about Live Better and like my order shipping for it and something to do with PR, but I was like, how did I, what? How did I, like, I was like, did I order this off of Octoly? But I definitely didn't. And then I was like, did I order it off something else? Definitely didn't. Okay, so this is kind of shocking, but this is, okay, Live Better. Is this like a shake mix? Simply mix 1 scoop of Live Better with 8 to 10 fluid ounces of water or any drink. Okay, what color is it? Oh goodness. I'm nervous about this. It definitely smells earthy and it's like a green shade. Maybe I'll give this, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. That scent is bringing me back to like a really bad mixed alcoholic drink, I feel like. We'll see how, maybe I'll give this a go later, but like I'm a very picky eater. I do not like vegetables. So if I like the flavor of this, maybe it's a good way for me to get, oh, it's 5 sources of protein, 24 vitamins and minerals, and it's a prebiotic for better life. Well, if I don't like this, perhaps my sister will. I don't know how this came into my life, but that's the next thing. And then I do believe this is probably the Nomad palette. We'll see. We'll see what this is. Which I actually, on my eyes today, have the Okavango palette. Anyway, I think this is, yes, I think this is from Nomad. Ooh, and I forgot that because I ordered it, like on the day of launch, I get this scratch card to potentially win $100. Let's scratch it off. I love me a scratch off. I don't win $100, but I do get 15% off my next order with the code GHOSTTOWN. Okay, sweet. All right, for those of you beauty lovers out there, I just could not, I just feel like I could not purchase this. Like when I first saw it, I was like, ooh, the Ghost Town like intrigues me. And then I saw the color story and I was like, but then I've seen so many beautiful swatches of this and I was like, okay, I feel like I need this. What? And the packaging, okay, so the packaging is like, okay, that is really freaking cool. Okay, the packaging alone like has me sold. Oh my goodness, I love that. Oh no, my camera battery is gonna die. Okay, before it dies, you guys, I'll quickly show you. Okay, this looks so pretty in person. Oh my gosh, like even like this shade right here, this like purpley shade. Okay, I'm so glad that I got this. And it has cool tone browns, which we love. Some cool, I'm actually super excited about this. So those are my packages, you guys. I'm gonna clean up this area and then I'm gonna decorate for the fall. I'll check back in some time. Again, I'm gonna continue to listen to Red Rising while I'm decorating, and then later today, I will be continuing on in the Brothers Hawthorne. Okay, you guys, I thought it only appropriate. I know my like, it looks like I have like 2 black eyes, but I promise it's just the end of the day. And my mascara has run, but I thought it looks so bad. I thought it only appropriate, it's a few days later, I thought it only appropriate that I check in with you guys after I finish cutting my hair, since the last update pretty much was me after I dyed my hair. So I just, spur of the moment, knew my hair like felt really dry at the ends, needed a trim, probably needed more of a trim, but I decided to cut my hair myself. What do we think? I'm like, it still goes in a good ponytail, and that's what matters right now, right? Okay, this works. I cannot raise my tripod anymore, but I don't feel like sitting on the couch because I haven't changed my pants from after work, and I'm like really weird and don't want to like get germs on my couch. I'm weird. But I wanted to check in with you guys really quick. So I have still been listening to Red Rising. I'm about halfway through that and I am really, really enjoying it. I will say I still like, I go through phases where I'm like, okay, I get what's going on. And then other phases where I'm like, do I actually get what's going on? But I am like finally to the part where I understand why people are making comparisons between, basically saying like Red Rising is Hunger Games on Mars. I'm like getting some of that vibe, but not like total Hunger Games vibes. I will say Red Rising is like, I'm gonna see if I can like squat like this. Red Rising is pretty grim, but it's so good. So in Red Rising, you are following our main character, Darrow, who at like the beginning of the book in part 1, you find out that he is, I think he's called a hell diver. Basically, there's these different class systems, and the golds are like the highest like level of class, and then the reds are like the lowest level. And the reds think that they are like pioneering. They're basically being tricked by the golds to think that they are like pioneering this like life on Mars. And then in the book, you find out that Daryl finds out that that's actually not true, and there's been life on Mars for a while, and he basically wants to like infiltrate the class system, like the gold class system is what I believe to understand. Maybe I'm totally wrong and I'm like not grasping the book. And it's super interesting. There's so much that has happened and is happening, but I don't know what I can and can't say without it being like a spoiler, but it is so good. I'm just getting to like the beginning of the action, and I cannot wait to see where this book goes and the rest of the trilogy. So really enjoying that. And then I am reading The Brothers Hawthorne. I cannot find a place where I'm like happy to stand. And I am just over halfway through The Brothers Hawthorne. I'm currently on page 252, and I'm also really enjoying this. I went on Goodreads last night just to kind of like see what people were saying. I usually don't love to do that before I read a book or in the middle, because then I feel like people's reviews can like sway my opinion of the book. But I saw someone comment and say something like the inheritance games books all have gold writing and this has silver writing, so potentially there would be more books like in The Brothers Hawthorne, which would be super exciting. So in this book, you are following Grayson and Jameson, 2 out of the 4 brothers from the inheritance games. And I was really interested to see the direction that this book was gonna go, because after reading the 3rd book in the inheritance games, I kind of felt like the series could have ended at book 2 and like it would have wrapped up perfectly. It would have been just fine. Book 3 I liked, but it was probably my least favorite of the series. So I was like, do we actually need, like, I remember being excited that this book was coming out, but also thinking like, do we actually need this book? And at first I thought this would be from the brothers' perspective, like as like basically during the same time that the inheritance game was going on, kind of like how in Magnolia Parks, like in the Magnolia books, you're getting Magnolia and BJ's perspectives, and then you go to Daisy Hates and you're getting Daisy, Julian, and Christian's perspective of the same like time frame. I thought that this might be like that, but it is not. So this book happens, like it takes place after like the period that we end from book 3. And it really doesn't have anything to do with like them losing their inheritance. And I don't know what I can say about like what's going on without ruining it either, or without it being a spoiler, but Grayson and Jameson are like not together during this time, and they both kind of have their separate journeys that they are going on, their separate like missions to accomplish, if you will. It took a little bit for me to like understand what was going on in this book and a little bit to get into it, but I would say starting on page like around like the 150-ish mark, the action like, or I really started to like understand what was going on and really get excited about it. I don't like, even reading the back, I'm like, what can I say that's like not a spoiler? I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But I will say I'm more interested in Jameson's little adventure than I am Grayson's, but I will be really excited to see how both of the things end up. And the Jameson mission is giving like 21 vibes. If you guys have seen the movie 21, it's giving like gambling and blackjack vibes, kind of. Gambling vibes for sure. And I'm like a huge, like I love to gamble. I love Las Vegas. I love gambling, all the things. So I'm like loving that aspect of it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun so far. I don't know that this is feeling like a 5-star read, but it's definitely feeling like a 4-star right now. I'm very excited to keep reading it. As all of Jennifer Lynn Barnes' books are, this has been a really fast-paced read. Really quick, short chapters, very digestible and easy to read. So I'm excited to continue reading this. Tonight is Thursday the 7th, and it is the first football game of the season. NFL season has arrived and I'm so excited for it. So I plan to watch the game while reading tonight. I don't know if I'll finish the whole book tonight, but I'm hoping to have this book done by tomorrow because I'm behind on my monthly reading for sure. Definitely behind on the monthly reading. Gotta keep going, gotta keep chugging along. I have so many other books that I'm excited to read, so I'm excited to finish this one, and I will check in with you guys when I do. Hey you guys, just popping in for a quick check-in. I did finish The Brothers Hawthorne last night, and I don't want to say like mixed feelings on it, but when I finished the book, I instantly jumped on Goodreads to click that I had completed it, because nothing makes me happier than just adding another book to my yearly like read goal. And as I was like in the last 100 pages, I was kind of like, I was starting to think about what I felt like I was going to rate the book. And when I originally was reading it, I was thinking it was going to be a 4-star. And then the last 100 pages or so, I was like, is this like actually really like a 3.5? And then I did really enjoy the ending, although I do feel like the ending was quite rushed. And so on Goodreads, I ended up rating it a 4. But now that I've had like a day to reflect, I'm like, oh geez, is this like, is there makeup on me? Nope, my viewfinder is just dirty. Okay, also I have this mini light like attached to my camera, and it may have just died, but then it turned back on. Anyway, as I was saying, upon reflection this morning, I'm like, maybe, yeah, that's definitely just dead. Okay, whatever, we're just gonna have dimmer lighting. I'm thinking maybe it is more of, it's either a 3.5 or 4. I was super entertained the whole time, as I always am with Jennifer Lynn Swart's books. I will say the first 125 pages, like it was taking a little bit longer to like get into like what was actually going on and kind of figure it out. I just think I preferred the stories within the Inheritance Game a little bit more than this. This did end on like a bit of a cliffhanger, and there is another book coming out, which I am really excited for. I am gonna read it, but it wasn't like a new favorite book by any means. I'm really curious to find out like the perspective the next book is gonna follow. Like, are we still gonna be following Grayson and Jameson? Are we gonna be following Eve? Like, I really don't know. And I almost just feel like the story's getting stretched out just a little bit. I will say, if you're going into this hoping for more of like the love triangle aspect of like Jameson, Grayson, and Avery, that is not what you're gonna get at all in this book. I don't know what to say about this book without like spoiling it, but essentially like Jameson and Grayson are each on their own sort of like journey slash adventure, dealing with like their family outside of like the Hawthorne, like their dads basically, if you will, and just like a mystery journey outside of that. Grayson is like the sweetest just ever, and he would be like such a great big brother, and I'm just like, I love him so much. I just wasn't like as connected to the characters though reading this one as I was when I was reading the Inheritance Games. So it just wasn't, it wasn't the Inheritance Games, and I feel like it's just, we didn't necessarily need this. I was still entertained, like I still liked it, but I feel like maybe I was expecting a little bit more. So I am still listening to Red Rising. I've taken like a little bit of a break from it just because I've been really busy, and that's definitely a book that like I have to be like focused on as I'm listening, just to make sure I don't miss anything. And I feel like I'm going real slow this month of September for reading. So I think I'm gonna pick up Crossed today. I'm really, really excited to read this. This is the 5th book in Emily McIntyre's Never After series, and I've really enjoyed the entire series. I will say her last book, which was, it's sitting on my shelf, Twisted, was my least favorite of all of them. So I'm hoping that this one doesn't follow that path, and I'm hoping I love this one as much as I did Hooked and Wretched. This is about a priest and a dancer, so definitely like some taboo, forbidden romance. This is a dark romance, dark fairy tale reimagining, and I'm just always super entertained by these. It looks like the font I think is bigger than it was. Yeah, font is bigger than it was in the Brothers Hawthorne. And how many pages are in this? I'm hoping to finish this in the next like few, like I'm hoping, I know I won't read it all in one day, but I'm hoping to finish this by tomorrow. Let's see. This is less than 400 pages. It's 389 pages. Okay, which with larger font, and I'm like the font compared to this is like really making me happy. Anyway, I'm gonna start this today. I don't think I'll finish it today, but I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I'll check in with you guys maybe at the end of the day to see how far I've gotten in this, but this is gonna be my next read. Popping in for a quick check-in. I'm about to film a video for my beauty channel, but I wanted to pop in because I am halfway through Crossed, and you guys, I am definitely loving this just as much, if not more, as my tippity top favorites from the Never After series. I find that the villain in this book is so much different than her other books, and I am just living for everything to do with this book. So in this book, you are following Cade, who is a priest, and he's kind of giving like serial killer-esque vibes, which I am like living for and loving. I feel like a lot of her books, well, a couple of her books, it's like the main villain in the plot is like a drug dealer of some kind, but this is giving like more serial killer vibes, which is so much fun. And then you are following Amaya, who is a pole dancer, and you find out that Amaya has just a lot of responsibility in her personal life. She has a brother who is on the autism spectrum who she has to care for, and so she basically is a pole dancer to take care of her and her brother. And there's a whole lot more going on with like Amaya and her story that I don't want to like ruin anything, but there's a lot going on there. And the two, like, it's incredible. I'm like, what can I say without like saying too much? I don't really know. I don't know what I can say without like it being a spoiler, but Cade is like crossed between like being, he's like obsessed with Amaya, but like there's like this like fatherly part of him, like this priesty part of him, but like not priesty part, that like also feels like he needs to like basically kill her because she's like this dancer. And so he's like caught up between like wanting to do really inappropriate things with her, but like also wanting to kill her. I have like wanted to stay up to continue reading this book. I feel like I was like starting to like doze off, which usually when that happens, I just like put my book away. But then like something would happen at the end of the chapter, and like then I sat there and read another 50 pages. I am so incredibly obsessed with this book so far. I'm absolutely loving it. And if you like a dark fairy tale or just like a dark romance in general, I highly recommend this one. There are so many like different twists and turns and just like fun. There's a lot of fun stuff happening, but a lot of like dark and twisty. Like I feel like this may be her darkest book yet, which I'm like all about. But I am hoping to potentially finish this tonight, and I'll likely check in tomorrow then when this book is complete. I am here for another update. I feel like this reading vlog, or just like my reading month, has taken a bit of a turn. We'll get into it, but I have finished Crossed, and I really enjoyed this, but I will say the last 50 pages or so, like the ending, I was just disappointed in. There was one moment that like I should have seen coming, and like literally when it happened, like my jaw literally dropped. But I don't know if you guys will get this if you've read it or not. I just was disappointed in like the route that like Amaya takes at the end of the book. I was just like, this just feels like just all of a sudden in these last 50 pages, like this is who she is. Like I just don't believe that. Like I just didn't want that for her. Was fine with it for Cade, but like for her, I'm like, this just doesn't feel like the most believable. I still did give this book a 4 stars. I think, to be honest with you, I felt like this was going to be like my top book of the 5 that are in the series so far, but I think this would be number 3. I think it goes Wretched, Hooked, which those two really could go either way, and then Crossed. I think that would be the order that I rate them in. I will say this is very different than the rest of the books in the series. The spice, literally the spice, you guys, there's like mild spice sprinkled in like a little bit throughout the book, but then like you don't really get a spicy scene until like literally like the last 100 pages, and the spice just wasn't as like spicy as some of her other like spicy scenes. I was a little bit disappointed in like the spice. I just felt like it was rushed, short, and just like kind of just like thrown in there. Whereas like I know Emily McIntyre to write a better spicy scene than we got in here. So if you're reading this for the spice alone, would not recommend. And it was definitely darker than a lot of the other books that she's written. I would highly recommend checking trigger warnings for this. It wasn't like, I've read books with Long Shot comes to mind by Kennedy Ryan that dealt with SA, and this one did too. I found like Long Shot to be much more like, literally felt me feeling triggered and sick to my stomach rather than this, but still definitely check up trigger warnings. This is definitely a very dark book, and really I was just really disappointed by the last 50 pages. I still really enjoyed my experience overall with this book, but I'm like, if we could gone just like a little bit different route, a little bit of a different route with the ending, I feel like I would have liked it better. So that's my feelings on Crossed. I told you guys I was listening to Red Rising, and about halfway through Red Rising, I was like, I don't get what's going on, and I don't know like how to rewind. So I need to buy that book. Like, I need to actually read that book rather than listen to it, so that I can go back and reread things if I need to, just because there's so much happening. I feel like that's a book that needs to be read as opposed to listened to. So I was gonna end this vlog here, but then I was like, I really am only like getting 2 books into this vlog. It's already, I'm filming this on the 16th. I'm like, I am not making things happen in terms of like my reading month, and I'm trying to step it up. So I'm not ending the vlog because last night I started Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, and I woke up early this morning just to like start reading again, and I will definitely be finishing this book before the end of the day. I'm already on page 269. I am loving this. I will definitely be finishing this today, and then I'll start a new book tomorrow, but I'll end this book after I finish this, and give you guys my last little update on this. Did this reading vlog work for me? I'm really not sure, but I had a lot of fun filming it, so I think I might try and do, we'll see what happens with the reading vlogs, but I don't know what I have for like b-roll footage and stuff to put in. So if this reading vlog is lacking, you know, I can only go up from here. But this book, I kind of am kicking myself for not reading last year, because this is just so cute and so wholesome, and I really love the flashbacks, like the past, more even than like the present parts of this book. So in this book, you are following Macy and Elliot. They have a bit of a past. They like grew up as like childhood friends / lovers, and then something happens, which I still haven't figured out what has happened yet. Like, something happens in their past, and then you leap forward 11 years and the two meet again, and you go, every chapter is like, there's a past chapter and then the present, past and present, past and present. And I'm just loving all of their past, and it just feels like, that high school, like, falling in love, and it's just like bringing me back, and I am here for it. It's such a cozy little romance, and I have a feeling, unless something like terrible happens in the last 120 pages or so, this will be a 5-star. This is something I could see myself rereading, and I have just loved this. It kind of, so I read Summer Broken Rules in August, and that's like a YA romance as well, like it's YA, and I loved it, and I am like loving this too. So I'm like, am I like a YA romance girly? Like, is that who I am? I don't think so, but I'm here for it. I always like don't know what to say to like not spoil things, so I don't want to like say too much. But one thing I will touch on is in this book, Macy is dealing with like a lot of grief, and also her job is like, she's a pediatric nurse, so she also deals with like basically sick kids, and I'm like, dang, there's some like heavy things in this book too. But I have been, like I said, I woke up at 5:30 this morning just to like start reading again. I will definitely finish this before the end of the day. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. I don't plan to post this video until Monday anyway, so you'll hear my thoughts on this. So yeah, next time I see you guys, we'll be checking in after I finish this book. Just finished. It's a few hours later. I fell asleep for a little bit, so my makeup is like all but worn off. Do not judge me, but it is a few hours later. I have finished Love and Other Words. I don't know if I've ever binged a book as quickly as I read this. I read this in less than a 24-hour time frame, which maybe doesn't sound like a long time to, or maybe sounds like a long time to you guys, but for me, like, I don't think I've ever binged a book faster than this. This is definitely 5 stars for me, but I literally, like, I just finished this and then turned the camera on. There is so much to unpack and digest in the last 50 pages of this book, and I still don't know, even like the last like 30 pages, I'm like, I still don't know how I feel about it all. Elliot was like about to be my new favorite book boyfriend, and then like I find out what happened in the past, and I was, as I was reading it, first of all, it like just like triggered emotions from like things that I've gone through. And I was like, no, like I don't want to spoil anything, but I was like, no, like this cannot be the thing that happened. It was just not what I was expecting. And then the other thing that like we find out at the end of the book is just like so traumatizing to like think about happening. It just, oh my goodness. And I feel like the other like twist, if you will, like I kind of saw coming, but like also was like, I just, oh my gosh, Macy has been through so much, and I feel like I'm still digesting and unpacking it. Would love to know, like I want to chat about this in the comments if you've read this, but I also like don't want people to like read the comments and have spoilers. But like literally, what did you guys think about like what happened 11 years ago that like is holding, like is the reason that they had this like 11-year break? Because I don't know how I feel about, I feel like I'm spoiling, but I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Like I think I'm kind of mad about it. Anyway, you guys, that is the third book that I have finished reading this month. It is, as I said, September 16th. So we need to crank out a few more books before the end of the month. I'm currently listening to 5 Survive by Holly, is it Holly Black or Holly Jackson? And I'm enjoying listening to that. I don't think it's gonna be like the new most like exciting read I've ever read, but I'm enjoying listening to it. And I don't know what I want to pick up next. I'm thinking I might pick up Heavenly Bodies next. I'm thinking either that or Violent Delights. So we'll see, we'll see. But that's gonna wrap it up for this vlog. Okay, popping on one more time, really quick, because I almost forgot. I have a little bit more book mail that literally just arrived today. So I did pause my book of the month subscription. I should have grabbed scissors for a few months. But I got a September box. So if I could get this open, I decided to choose, in honor of the fall and spooky season, a thriller. And I went with The Intern by Michelle Campbell. And I think this is about, it's about Madison, who lands an internship for a lifetime working judge. But Madison holds a secret that could destroy her career. It sounds like Maddie has like a troubled brother. He goes missing. And when Danny goes missing after accusations, Danny goes missing after accusing this judge of corruption. Madison's quest for answers brings her deep into the judge's glamorous world. Is Catherine Conroy a mentor, a victim, or a criminal? Is she trying to help Madison or use her as a pawn? And why is somebody trying to kill her? I'm really excited about this because my just feelings overall of the like legal system have changed quite a bit over the last 2 years. And I'm really curious to read about this. I'm like, I feel like this is gonna make me feel like all the rage, but also gonna be a really good time. So I'm really excited for The Intern. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited about this. So I have known that I want to reread the entire Magnolia Park series, and I want to read, so I've read books 1 through 4 in the order that you read them. But now that like the third Magnolia Parks book is coming out, the Magnolia perspective, if you will, not the Daisy perspective, if you know, you know, is coming out, I think either January or February. I've already pre-ordered the book, which, by the way, who the fuck is excited for Jess Hastings or Jessa? Is it Jess or Jessa? Jessa? Her book Never. Already pre-ordered that. Literally need to take that day off of work to, oh. No, I think it's the 5th. Okay, already need to like take that day off of work to literally binge that book, but so freaking excited for that. So knowing that the third Magnolia Parks, the 5th, but third in the Magnolia perspective, am I making any sense? I just woke up from a nap. That was hours ago, but anyway, I want to reread the series, but I'm thinking of rereading it. Like I'm going to read Magnolia Parks and then The Long Way Home, because those are both from Magnolia's perspectives, just to kind of like bring me up to speed on like, not bring me up to speed, but like remind me of what happened. I am rambling, but it'll be my first time ever rereading a book, with the exception of the book Holes, which I reread. I think I read that for the first time in 4th grade, and then when the movie came out, I reread it. That's like one of my favorite books of all time. I should read that a 3rd time. But I knew I wanted to reread the Magnolia series. It'd be my first time rereading a book. I am not someone who gets super like excited about annotating, but I think I want to annotate the book as well. So can you guess what this book note is going to be? And no, I am not a fan of the new covers, but now I'll own both covers. So, ooh, this doesn't feel like as weighty as the Magnolia Parks original book either. Yeah, I definitely don't love this one as much. Like, it just doesn't feel as special in my hands, but it's Jessa Hastings, by the way. Okay, the back is kind of cute though. Anyway, I ordered the Magnolia Parks book, and gosh, is it shorter now that it's like, I don't think so. Is it the same? Like, are the pages the same? I don't think so, actually. Okay. No. Less pages. Okay, anyway. I'm getting so distracted. I ordered the Magnolia Parks book and I ordered tabs so I can annotate and tab this book. And I think I'm gonna film like a spoiler reading vlog, like having me, like just like filming me reading, annotating, and sharing all of my thoughts upon a reread of this book. So I have given every book with the exception of the first book 5 stars. I did give the first book 4 out of 5 stars, so I'll be really curious to see what I think about this upon reread, but I'm so excited to reread this. I'm so excited. I have always like looked at rereading as like a waste, kind of, because I'm like, oh, it's taking me away from like reading a book I haven't read for the first time or read ever. But like, I'm so excited to just read this again. So I did order this. Okay, thanks for listening to me ramble. Hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.